Ciao, siamo pronti per invitare il nostro Johnny. Vediamo se riusciamo con tutti questi trabicoli. Ok, qualcosa c'è. Oh, c'è la Tiziana, c'è la Vittoria, c'è la Sara. Eccolo qua, Johnny,
Oh,
we got
good.
it.
Ciao Bella.
Also, if we are very bad with all this technical stuff, at the end we did it, and we are just also in time. Yeah,
Perfetto.
in time. Very good. Okay, my dear Johnny. Now we have to speak about your coming in Milano next week.
Next week, next
Next
weekend.
week, yes, next weekend. I know it won't be very nice like to be in Sardinia,
Uh,
but,
it will
but
be.
it will be, Milan is also,
Yes,
okay, I cannot say
exciting.
a nice city, but it's something good. Come on.
It'll be exciting.
But you never been in Milano, right?
I've only written through or past it.
Okay, in
No,
Malpensa.
no. Many years ago, Lino brought me to Milan.
Ah, yes, but just to visit. You didn't teach here, right? Oh,
Uh,
maybe once.
yeah, once.
I see.
Many years ago.
But we are speaking about 90s.
Yeah.
Before that I started to do
Yeah,
to do yoga. I
yeah.
remember now. Yes, yes. Well, maybe it was like in 1997, 98.
Back then.
Back. Okay. Few times ago. Okay. Then just let us know what you are presenting, what you are doing during the weekend in Milano from the 7th to the 9th of November. Oh, I want to tell something. I want to say something. For me and for my Shala, it's a big honor to have you because it's not something, given for granted. And I think, to have John Scott at the Shala is something good. And then I'm very, very honored to have you. And, the life put us in contact in a very particular way because during the summertime we are a neighbor.
We are neighbors in summertime, yes.
That's very, very, very funny. And I didn't know that. And one day I just said, okay, here there is also Johnny. And then we end up to know each other. And now you are coming in Milano. And please let us know what you are presenting, what you are proposing, what you are doing during the weekend.
Okay, trying to condense 40 years into
3 days.
3 days. So it'll be an experience, and again, it will depend, first of all, how we feel together. So I'll always have some sort of philosophical theme that'll arise when I'm there. So usually it's more about me responding to what is and who is there.
Okay.
So the yoga for me is what it's brought to me at my stage of life or my station of life is really learning how to respond to what is. And so maybe a theme will be acceptance. So we can expand on the theme of acceptance. We accept the situation we're in. We accept the context that we're in. We accept the people that we're in. But ultimately, it comes down to accepting ourselves. So when we're in that moment of total acceptance of this is me, this is the I am. And so the 40 years of yoga, whether it's considered asana for 40 years, I've been always contemplating what is it that I'm doing when I'm doing my asana? What is it that I'm doing when I'm doing my yoga? What is it that I'm doing when I'm sharing the yoga? So I'm always in a state of inquiry. So my inquiry takes me to that place of acceptance. Because one of the big inquiries is, what are we doing here? So you're asking me, what are we doing for the weekend?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, well, what are we doing here in this three-dimensional reality? So let's say we'll be meeting together on the mat. We'll be meeting together through asana, which will bring us to our breath, which will bring us to a collective focus and energy.
Yes.
So we will look at the physical body, the anamaya kosha, or the yoga of action, and we'll see what supports that. We'll connect into the yoga of kriya. We can call it kriya yoga. That's basically our energy system. So the energy system that's working the karma yoga, and then of course we'll get to the bhakti yoga. How do we actually get to that place of acceptance, the place of loving and being in the response of love, as opposed to being in the response of reaction? And so, in a sense, the asana is just a door.
Yeah.
So the body is a door, and instead of going out through the five senses to be gratified by all of the five senses with the sense objects, we go in through those five doors, and we realize that we're on a journey in towards the main door of all, which is the door to the heart. And so yes, over the weekend we will move, we'll breathe, we'll chant. There's also Barbara from Belluno joining the team. There's Isabella from Trento joining the team. So they'll also bring some musical instruments. We'll have some chanting.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So we'll also do some pranayama, and we'll also do some collective work together. So for me, you're asking, what are we going to do in the weekend? First of all, it's a bit like clouds. Do you know, I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist.
Okay, me too.
They are cloud seeding.
Okay.
And so when I really do my research, what I realize is that vinyasa is a cycle. And water is a cycle. Water cycles. We all cycle. We are water. So we have all been water at some stage. We've all been clouds. We've all been raindrops. We've all been rainbows. We've all been earth, vegetation, through to this physical form. And so a little bit like understanding that we are water and we behave like water. And so we come together in the weekend. We gather like clouds gather.
Okay.
And so clouds gather to intensify. And so when we come together as a collective group, 30 people, we can use the collective focus, the collective energy to create the tapas. And the tapas is the friction or the fire. And so what's actually happening now here in Sardinia was a beautiful blue sky this morning. And then the aeroplanes went.
Yeah.
And all of the trails. Now, what they're actually spraying, because I've done some research, is they're actually spraying silver dioxide and salt. And what they're doing is, like, when you research what happens in the cycle of water, when it evaporates, when we've got water molecules in the air, how a cloud forms is it needs to have a dust particle.
Okay.
To gravity stick it to, and more stick to it. So the water particles or molecules become water drops, and that's collecting into making a cloud. So what they're actually spraying, and today I photographed it, the lines, then it dispersed, and then it gathered, and then it went dark, and then we had a little bit of rain. There was absolutely no rain forecast today. And so the workshop is the dust.
Okay.
So the workshop is the dust. We need to have something to attract ourselves to. So you and your Shala is that catalyst.
Yeah.
So we come together like clouds. We're going to gather and intensify. Okay. Now sometimes the clouds disperse.
Yes, it's true.
And nothing happens.
Yeah.
But we want to create that tapas. We want to create that intensity so that the work that I will be presenting might be challenging. It might be challenging for some to actually come out of their own personal practice. So I'm wanting open minds and open hearts to go with me.
Yeah.
That might cause a little bit of friction. The friction is that friction ends up being the friction with ourselves, meeting ourselves.
Yeah.
So in terms of acceptance, we've got to meet ourselves. And we do that by gathering together, meeting one another, and those interactions and those relationships, that's tapas. That's a little friction. So we meet ourselves through meeting others, through the intensity of that. And then, of course, there might be a flash of light, a sound of thunder, and some rain. That rain could be tears. Tears of sorrow, tears of joy. Rain is fertile. All of our tears are fertile. Where do they fall? They fall to Mother Earth. And that's the fertile ground. That's where we germinate. So over the weekend, there'll be lots of concepts, lots of ideas, lots of action that we will accumulate together, but we will then eventually disperse because we will leave the workshop. And that will be when we do the work, the real fertile work will happen in our own self-practice. So that's what workshop really means. We come together to work differently or to experience a new look or a new way. And then we take that away. If it works for us, we incorporate it in our practice. And if it doesn't work, we let it go.
It will work anyway. What if it doesn't work?
Yeah. So I can't be really specific. We'll do Ashtanga Vinyasa Yoga, and I'll do a bit of an introduction on the Friday. I'll get counting people into the practice, and then we'll see how it goes.
Very good. And actually, the Shala, you've never been here, but the place is very special here. I don't want to do something, because I made this place, but I can tell you that it's a very beautiful place. The energy is very, very, very strong, but the very yogic energy. And then also the sound, if we do some instrumental moments, the sound is amazing here. It makes everything very, is very involving. And I'm sure so it will be very, very special. But of course, it's there is no doubt about it. And I'm sure that at the end of the weekend we will be more, maybe richer. We have this richness for sure inside of us, and okay, I know very well this, but I wanted to tell also to people that maybe they don't know you, and that this workshop mainly is not for advanced people, because many people think, okay, this is only because, if it's John Scott, I have to be an incredible practitioner. But please say something about it, because now there is always this, no, but I'm not good enough to do this or that, or this is for everybody. If you want to enjoy the practice, enjoy a particular moment, a special yogic moment, I think is something that has to be done. And please assure people, make sure that you can that everybody can really join the workshop with you?
Well, having mentioned that I have been practicing for over 40 years, part of the presentation will also be about longevity, how to practice without suffering injury, or if you do have injury, how to work with that injury. Also to understand in the theme of acceptance is also to accept, you might say, oh, John Scott, and then of course you might consider that being advanced. Yeah. What is advanced?
Yeah.
So yes, I have practiced the advanced A series. Guruji started me on the advanced B series, and I said, no, thank you, Guruji, I don't need to go any further. At that time, I was a father of two. And so I'm really happy that I only did the first, second, and third series. I don't practice the third series anymore. I very rarely practice the second series. So am I advanced?
Yeah.
So for me, it's more, if we look at the Sanskrit names for the series 1, 2, and 3, the primary, intermediate, advanced, Yoga Chikitsa is basically the structural awareness of the body. Some people call it yoga therapy. But Yoga Chikitsa basically is learning about your structure and getting the correct alignment. Yeah. Nadi Shodhana, the second series, is, what does Nadi Shodhana mean? It means to purify the nadis. What are the nadis? The nadis are the subtle body channels that the prana flows through. And then the advanced series is called Sthirabhaga, which translates as strength and grace. Now, for me, if we just take the not just the primary series, if we just take the sun salutes, you could do a Yoga Chikitsa sun salute, which would be very sort of like robotic or staccato. Very, yeah, but getting very specific about alignment. Or you could then do more of a Nadi Shodhana sun salute, which would be one that was flowing, more flow. So the structural one may not have the breath flow quite synchronized, but in the Nadi Shodhana, both breath and body really are synchronized. So then we could look at a Sthirabhaga sun salute, and that would be one that has grace. So for me, as I age, I want to age with grace. So when you talk about advance would be one who is living life with grace. And so we would then reflect on the practice. Are we injuring ourselves? Are we depleting ourselves through our yoga practice? And so an advanced practitioner is not someone so it's an advanced practitioner, one who's mature in terms of, yes, my asana is very much my rock to my day, but it's not about putting the leg behind my head. I haven't put my leg behind my head for well over a year. Yeah. So for me, it's more about, can I accept myself as I age? Can I accept that I might have to let things go? At the same time, I'm full power energy with my passion and my manifestation and my the law of manifestation is very much yoga. Yeah. That through my yoga practice, I've learned devotion. And through learning devotion and reaching the heart, I get passion. So passion for life. And so the yoga practice has been that foundation for 40 years.
Yeah.
More than half my life I've been practicing yoga. And so this is what advance means, that it's part of your life. So those people that are worried that John Scott's coming to Milan and it might be too advanced for me, let that one go. Let it go, because really the vinyasa and the vinyasa of life is all held within Surya Namaskar.
Yeah.
And you know, on days where you're very busy, if you just do your sun salutes, fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But if you've got plenty of time, then of course the body needs to move. The body wants to move. And so some days I'm just saying to myself, I need to practice longer. I need to explore a little bit longer. I need to inquire a little bit longer. Because in my private life, I'm building. I'm lifting, carrying. And so I need to make sure my body is strong.
Mm.
And that it's also able to repair itself. And so all of my repairing happens on the yoga mat.
Mm.
I don't injure myself on the yoga mat. I tend to have, if I have a little injury, it's carrying something, turning, trying to manipulate something, and that's where you hurt yourself. And so on the yoga mat is where I put myself back together again.
Yes. We cure ourselves, no, with the practice.
Yeah.
And to learn also this is very important. And so to have a different perspective from the practice, because maybe, when we are young, we think that we have to reach something with the practice. And then, when we go forward with the practice, that is not only the asana, we start to say, okay, maybe this is not the main goal, no, in the yoga. It's more to stay in the life and to understand how to live the life and also how to deal with the life every day, no? With the difficulties of the life and all the kind of text that the life, the challenge that the life brings us.
Well, I think, when you ask that question, what is the goal of yoga? So as I said, through the door of the body, we chose to be embodied.
Yeah.
So we've come to this body, but we also then have to ask, why am I here?
Mm-hmm.
What am I doing here? And so the yoga when I started the yoga practice, I wasn't looking at it as a profession.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, people practice yoga to become yoga teachers.
Yeah.
That might be the goal. So in terms of then your practice, you're having to practice and understand the asana and be a good technician of asana, etc., and be second series, third series practitioner. These would be goals if you come into yoga for a profession or a job. But true yoga is to ask, who am I?
Mm-hmm.
What am I? Where am I? And so for me, the goal of yoga is to be self-realized.
Yeah.
And so what is self-realization? Is basically self-acceptance. Accepting that you chose to be here. Accepting them. Now, if you chose to be here, you are the chosen one.
Mm.
And what are you doing with it? This is real brahmacharya. Real brahmacharya is understanding that it's don't waste your life force.
Mm.
So what are you doing in your life? Where are you going in your life? These are really important questions, which the yoga sort of stirs up with this tapas. It percolates, filters through. This is what the tapas and meeting yourself and the friction and the thunder and the lightning and the rain and the tears. Yeah.
Yeah.
Working with the ego.
Yeah, I think, you know, that's, yeah, the self-realization is just to realize, you know, to connect with ourselves, actually, you know, nothing more than that. And then, yeah, and then stay in the acceptance.
Yeah.
It's very important.
To be complete in oneself.
Yeah. Okay, Gianni, what to say? You know, we'll see in a few days.
Yeah, we'll see you
Yeah.
on Thursday. Well, I'm coming a day early, so see you on Thursday.
Okay, we'll see you on Thursday, and I hope that if someone wants to join you here, they are more than welcome. Of course, we decided to make people to stay at least for 2 days with you, because there is no sense to come for one session, and you know, because it's a process. We try to make people to stay for 3 days. The majority of people, they will stay for 3 days, because I think it's important to stay for all the days together and construct everything, you know, as a build something together, like you said at the beginning. And we'll see. I'm sure it will be an amazing energy, and you know, I'm very grateful that you are coming. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You mentioned the word process. That's a bit of a process. For me, life is a book that's been currently written.
Mm.
And we're writing the next chapter.
Mm.
Yeah. We're trying to find the present moment. And of course, we all go through change. That's why the books have many chapters.
Mm.
And as you said, if you come for one day, you're only getting one chapter of the weekend. And so there will be a bit of a theme and a continuum and a process that rolls. We don't go backwards. We can't go back and change time. We can't go back and change the past. We can only be in the present, and that will have the effect of our future.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we're writing the book right now. This is the autobiography.
Yeah.
So the weekend, if you can, to say to the people, come as many classes as you can.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So we'll see you on Friday. Thursday.
On Thursday, and then on Friday with all the people. Thank you very much. Ciao, Johnny.
Ciao, Bella. Ciao, Bella.
Ciao, ciao, ciao. Thank you.